Hey there, it's Derek here from Pacific Coast Auto in Japan, and we're looking at a 1997 Mitsubishi Pajero with 97,000 kilometers. And this is the sport body version of the Pajero. So it's a short wheelbase, but it also has the widened fenders on it. It's a little bit upmarket from the regular version of the Pajero. And then they call this one the ZRS version, the S being for the sports, and then a metal top wide. And then so there are a lot of different versions of the Pajero. There's Pajero Junior, Pajero Mini, Pajero IO, Pajero short wheelbase, long wheelbase, and then this one here is the ZRS. There's also a convertible version that's quite rare called the J Top. Pretty much, they fit into different categories. There's the K-Car version, the IO version, and then the Pajero version like this. Oh, and let's not forget the Pajero Evo. We happen to have one. It has been a while since we had one. It's kind of funny to see two Pajeros at the same time. The Pajero Evolution is the racing homologation version, and it's based off of this one. So the Pajero Evo is the wide body that is further widened. Very interesting. Unfortunately, most of the ones that we sell go to dealers, and then those videos don't end up on our YouTube channel. But hey, you want a Pajero Evo, you can get one. You have to pay a lot of money for it though. And this one, great value for money for these ones, because you get a lot of what's great about the Pajero Evo, including in this case the Pajero Evo's Recaro seats, just in a different color. I'll show you more of that in a second. But you get it at about a quarter of the price, sometimes even less. It's pretty amazing. So here you can see 97,587 kilometers. We'll take a look at the vehicle's condition. You heard the engine, it is running fine. It's a GDI engine, gasoline direct injection. In 1997, Mitsubishi, I think, was the first manufacturer to bring that to market for a mass-produced vehicle. So it's a 280, I think it's 280 horsepower, 3.5 liter V6, but it might be 260. It might be only the Pajero Evo that got the extra horsepower, but I don't think so. Or maybe it is. Yes, it is. The Pajero Evo is the one with variable valve timing. This one doesn't have that, so you get 20 less horsepower, or 20 fewer horsepower. We'll say about this, the coolant and the oil are both nasty. The vehicle, it's unfortunate, but it's a reality. Sometimes the vehicles aren't kept well, even when it's in Japan. So that's kind of hot. Let's not burn a fingies, but look at that. There's plenty of rust in there. And so that absolutely needs a good flush. The oil ran down to too low on the dipstick. I put some more oil in there. It's basically only good for shipping. And you can see the staining on the dipstick. That goes to show that it's been driven quite a bit without having oil in it, unfortunately. Now, they are known as a good, reliable engine. In fact, look at this. Big oil cooler. If that's not enough, there's another oil cooler right here. 2 oil coolers. Keep that cool oil. Okay. Now, there is no weird color of smoke, so I don't think the lack of proper oiling has really caused any sort of issues. If you're worried, you could do a compression test, but there's no smell of anything weird like you're burning oil. It seems to be okay. And so I personally wouldn't worry about it too much. Definitely run some coolant, like some sort of a formula to knock the gunk out. I can't remember offhand what it's called, but like coolant flush or something like that, and then an oil additive for the first few times that you change the oil to scrub all of that gunk out. Okay, so here's the auction inspection sheet. I'll quickly translate this for you. It's a 1997 Pajero ZRS. Metal top wide, 3.5 liter V6, octane 4 interior C. Comes with alloy wheels. They were wrong with this. The alloy wheel circle is for the stock alloy wheels, but these are aftermarket. And they're in decent condition, but have some beginnings of corrosion, and this one on the right has some kind of serious corrosion. So yeah, it can be painted, or you can, this is a polished lip. You could repolish it if you wanted. Okay, and then power steering, power windows, airbag, of course, original silver paint, 97.5, 54 kilometers, automatic transmission. You can get these in manuals, but they tend to be quite rare. You can get, I think, all the Pajeros in manuals. The Pajero Mini and Junior are pretty easy to get in manual. The IO you can, I know. The regular Pajero you can. This one you can. Pajero Evo you can. Pajero long wheelbase you can. Yeah, I think you can get all of them in manual. Thank you, Mitsubishi, for giving us the manuals. So four-wheel drive, it's a selectable four-wheel drive with a low-speed transfer case if you want to do climbing. And then center diff lock, that's on all of them. Rear mount spare tire, rear wing. I do like the looks of this car. The rear wing, it's cool. Yeah. Okay, purchase from user, comes with winter tires in the car. Those can't be sent in the car when you ship them, so they have to be tossed out. 2017, 2019, 2021 history papers. I don't know. That oil and coolant looks like it has been longer than 2021. I'm not doubting that there is a history paper. These are from Shotgun when the vehicle's inspected, but I'm pretty sure that it was maybe a smaller shop and the owner of this was like, just register it. I don't want to change anything. They're like, when you get the car Shotgun, which means inspected, they'll give you a list of things that need to be changed. And then you can choose to get the stuff done or not if it's not an emergency. But then this person probably declined them, unfortunately. Report here. Aftermarket wheels. Steering wheel peeling. It's pretty bad, actually, but it's leather. The steering wheel is leather in the area that's damaged, so it can be reconditioned. Interior one part dirty and wear. It's actually pretty good. Door mirrors don't work for the electric folding. That's true, but you can manually fold them. Honestly, you can. Okay. Aftermarket suspension. I didn't realize that. Has the... Yeah, maybe. A little bit of a lift up in this. That's great. Okay, and then underside is one part of surface rust. I would worry about rust with the Mitsubishis, but this one is just fine. This is the area here that's going to get the most rust, is right on the tank protector, or up in this area in the back. It all looks very good. It's been painted black, and on closer inspection by me, it looks fine. Nothing I would worry about. Paint cracks on the front bumper. It's true. A2 as well. The rest of the body is quite good. As you can see, only A1, U1, A1, and W2. W2 is a repainted section. It looks good. I think the maintenance, yeah, that's a concern. But if you didn't know about that, this is a very good-looking vehicle. The paint is nice. I really adore the widened fenders with the kind of sport-looking sections here. You can also get this version of it in the 4-door. I see most of them are 2 doors for this version. I'm talking about the widened fender version with the box fenders. And I just love that. Okay, spare tire doesn't match the aftermarket wheels that are on the car. And then these are the winter tires that came with. There's no date on them, and you can see plenty of corrosion on it. Back to this car. Yep, it's cool. I want to have one of these and drive it in forest. In my experience, these Mitsubishis have been quite dependable as far as the 4-wheel drive systems go, which is important. The front, I think front and the rear have a, now I don't know this, so don't repeat it because I might be wrong. I think that they are limited slip hubs on them. And so there is no manual locking hub here, but you do get a little bit of slip. It's good for, I don't know, I don't want to call it a soft rotor. That's a term that makes it sound like it's not very capable. But we get to try these all the time. Believe it or not, this section here is actually quite steep. I know it doesn't look like it is on the video. So only 4-wheel drive cars can get up there. You can test which 4-wheel drive cars suck and which ones are good. You know what doesn't suck is the Delica and the Pajero. Rarely have issues with the 4-wheel drive system. It's nice and tight on all of the ones that we try. I almost never have troubles. Okay, back to this. Let's have a look at damages. This is the cracked paint. This section here has been repainted, and it wasn't with a high quality car grade paint, I think. You can see lots of little cracks in there. Okay, the bush guard also has some scratches. There, and here. And then there's a lot of little chips here. Now the auction sheet considered this to be an A2, And I think that that's pretty accurate. Okay, now headlights and marker lights are both really clear, which is nice. A lot of these cars that reach 25 years old, they start to get dull headlights, and I think oh, that's glass. That's why they're clear. The plastic headlights tend to fade. I'm surprised that they still did glass ones in 97. That's a lot more expensive than the plastic ones. But these ones always fade. And these ones are not faded on this car, so that's good. I was also pointing out here the Mitsubishi logo has been painted. It's supposed to be red, but they painted it silver for some reason. Hood is looking good. It has one little dent on it over here. There's a boy in the neighborhood playing with tongs. If I didn't care about his privacy, I would show you. It's a very odd thing to be playing with, like barbecue tongs. Okay, scuff there. Flex cracks there. Okay, coming down this side, fender, door, back fender, all very good. Really no areas of damage to point out there. Wonderful. Side skirts, the bolts on them have gone bad. Easy enough to replace, right? Stickers are not bad. Not the best. There is a little bit of separation on the edges of the stickers. And they're not a huge sticker like you'll see on a Delica. So it's like if it is peeling, it's not, Hi-Aces too. Hi-Ace has a full size side sticker on all of them. This has faded. Okay, this is made out of metal, which is cool. The Pajero Evolutions, that's made out of plastic, and the plastic fades because it's an unpainted plastic. A little bit of paint damage there. Spare tire looks okay. A few little scratches there. Coming down this side again, looking all clean and good. So, yeah, good condition body. I love to see it. Okay, let's go to the interior. We'll start off with the trunk. Yeah, it's a two-door SUV. You really don't see those anymore. I don't think any manufacturer makes anything like this. Maybe the closest one would be the Mini Clubman, which is obviously nothing like this. But crossover coupes don't really exist that often, and I guess this is more than a crossover, but that's as close as you really get. A little bit hard to get into the rear seats, but something like this is going to be bought by somebody who doesn't use the rear seats all that often, just an emergency if anything. This tonneau cover doesn't fit in, it's not from this car, and I guess it's been kind of modified to fit. And I don't mean to be stereotyping people, but somebody who does this is probably the same kind of person who doesn't change their oil or their coolant. Okay, has an auxiliary mat and the original mat in there. The original mat's in good condition. This one is not official for this car, but has been cut there to fit the tie-down straps, I guess. I'll just lightly put this in here so it doesn't scratch. A few scratches on the tonneau board, but the original tonneau cover that fits into there isn't included. I'm not sure why these seats are in such a reclined position. They might be adjustable, but I've never found out how. Normally seats like this, you can pop this up, and then there are multiple different levels of click, but in this there's only one. So there's probably a wheel somewhere that you can change the incline on this. That also looks a little bit loose. I wonder if the other one's like that. Could be something needs to be, no? I was going to say it could be something that needs to be tightened up, but no. Okay, those Recaro seats. I have never seen Recaro seats in a non-Evo version, but I guess you could spec them like that. They are the exact same seats, just in a different color. The Evo ones are black. And they don't say Pajero Recaro, they just say Recaro in bigger text. But the structure of them is exactly the same, and it's so unique that this was an option. Recaro seats in your Pajero. Because it is a sports car. Because Pajero actually won a whole bunch of rallies in these. Cool, right? And these seats are prone to ripping right here. So just be careful when you're getting in and out not to squish this. Looks like the previous owner was mostly fine. There is a little bit of wear there. Okay, and it's also easy to scuff the paint off of this section here. This one has a little bit of scuffing, but it's not too bad. The original mats are in here underneath. It's a good, handsome-looking mat, and of course it needs to be vacuumed like many of the cars that you buy from auction because they're not prepped for sale yet. Okay. Let's jump in here. AC works, power folding mirrors doesn't. Here's lots of wear on the steering wheel, but like I said, leather can be reconditioned, and the wood is in fantastic condition. And yes, that is real wood. Okay, jump up in here. Now it has been smoked in. I gave this a 4 out of 10 in terms of cigarette smell, and there is a cigarette burn there. It can be a little bit of a challenge sometimes to get, like to guarantee a non-smoking car. Most of the time the smoking, like in this one, can be handled by cleaning the interior, and possibly if that's not enough, running an ozone machine. Some of them are really bad though. So smoking is still very popular in Japan, which is a little bit weird, but it is what it is. Okay, so automatic transmission shifts really nicely. The 4-wheel drive works. It was in 4-wheel drive when we received the vehicle. Ashtray needs to be cleaned out properly. Okay, there's adjustable suspension for medium, hard, or soft. I don't have much experience using that, but you know, the Hilux had it, and so Mitsubishi's like, we'll do the same thing as Toyota. There's that. Oh, and what's this? Oh, ooh, convenient. Not really. Okay, this TV here, nothing works on it. Let me just show you. I mean, the screen works fine, but it's for your Navi and you don't have a Navi disc. Multi-communication system with graphics from the Super Nintendo. Literally, well, no, 97 would have been N64, right? 96 was N64 when it came out? Anyways, it'll just continue to say this unless you press this, and it'll say, you don't have a CD. Okay, switch that off. Okay, climate control AC there. Also has a CD player. It has a cigarette lighter adapter there, and the second one there, and a switch for the 2 different versions of the fog lights, even though it currently only has 1 set of fog lights on it. There's some sticky material on here, because somebody just used that as a mount for something at one point, and then some sticky material up here and right across here. Okay, headliner. A few scratches, not so dirty. Doesn't look like it's stained from cigarettes. And here's something that's different between this version and the Pajero Evo version, is you can get in the driver's side. Pajero Evo, you pull this, and the seat won't slide for you. On the passenger side, it will. That's pretty common on cars. The driver's side doesn't have the slide, so that you can make sure you're in the correct location. Yeah, I don't know if I described that well enough. Okay, back seats, you can see they're well back. I think there's some way to adjust that. That might have been intentionally adjusted like that for the previous owner. You get these little places for cup holders that are also retractable. You can flip these up. Like that. Okay, and then with the seats in the full back position, you actually get a decent amount of legroom. And then you get controls here for your AC and your heater. Okay. And then Mitsubishi, what are you doing with your lever here on the side instead of the front? It's kind of their thing. It's on, well, at least at this time, most of their cars. Not all of them, most of them. Okay, that is going to be it. Mitsubishi Pajero hardtop or sports version ZRS. It's the ZR2 for the non-sports version of the two-door. So the S, I guess, is this version. Okay, that's all for now. If you have any questions, please let me know. Thanks so much for watching, and have a nice day.